Hello YouTube, my name is Natero, and what you are seeing is all the vehicles I have rated so far within Project Cars. I'm hoping to add 3 more, the RUF 1987 CTR, the RUF 2012 CTR 3, and the RUF GTR 8. Thanks for watching, please like, comment, subscribe on this video, and let's hop right into it. Up first is the RUF CTR from 1987 with a top speed of 211 and a horsepower of 469. Modeled after the 911 Porsche. You can even see it when it's on the racetrack. Alright, I'm back, and to start things off, I'm sorry to say about the dent on the front of this car. It was very hard to control, but once I kind of figured out how its driving style worked, it worked out a lot better. Let's just leave it at that. For looks, I'm going to give the RUF 1987 a 7.4 because it is not the prettiest car in the world. And for its sound, I'm going to give it a 8.1 because, I mean, it does sound pretty neat. I do like how it sounds. It's not the most unique sounding car in the game, but it is nice to, hear. Handling, I'm going to give it a 4 because this thing is very hard to control in every aspect of it. But I'm going to give it a feeling of 9.5 just because it's so much fun to drift, and that's the main part I wanted to talk about. Is I struggled with this car for quite some time, but once I figured out that drifting with it was a lot easier, I enjoyed myself so much more with this car. That's why I brushed through this one really quick, just because I wanted to talk about the drifting a little bit. Its total score is 29 flat, which isn't the highest rating car, but the only thing that I really found enjoyable about this is its drifting. Up next is the RUF 2012 CTR. Here we have the RUF CTR 3, which is the newer version of the RUF CTR from 1987. This car was built in 2012, has a top speed of 227 and a horsepower of 760. It's fast, it's loud, and it looks awesome. That's about it. As I said earlier, this car looks great, sounds great, and is fast. 3 good combinations go together, except when the handling sucks. The looks, I'm going to give it a 9.5, and its sound, I'm going to give an 8.3, but I'm not too sure if this has a turbo or not. It sounds like it has a turbo, but there's plenty of cars I know that don't have turbos, but they definitely sound like they do. It kind of sounds like a GT3, actually. Its handling, I'm going to give a 6 because it is very tight entering corners, but very loose as soon as the car starts to rotate. But then you can make it tight again by getting back on the accelerator. And when I mean tight, it is extremely tight. When I mean loose, it is very loose. It pushes very hard into a corner because I don't think it has that great of brakes. But when you try to accelerate, it just can't get no grip. For feeling, I'm going to give it a 7.5 because it has a great feeling all the way across that board. But its handling is that great. But it gets a total score of... Up next is the RUF RT12R with a top speed of 230, horsepower of 730. And as all RUF cars go, they all kind of look like a Porsche. Alright, to get things started, we're going to talk about its looks a little bit. I'm not too fond of its looks. Like I said, they all look like Porsches. So I'm going to give its looks a 7.9. I'm also going to give its sound a 9.4 just because it solely sounds amazing with the ECU, and then when you shift, what do they call it? I believe they call it air compression shift maybe, I'm not sure. But it uses air, compressed air to shift, I know that. For handling, I'm going to give it an 8, although it's not the best handling car in the world. It isn't that hard to maneuver once you get the tires warm. Which gives it a feeling of 9.2, because I like the sound, and that's pretty much what got it so high was its sound. The sound in this car was just a lot of fun, and since its drivability, or not drivability, but handling wasn't so bad, it was able to get a high score in its feeling category. In total, it got a score of 36.5, and FYI, do not drift with this car. It does not work out all that well, as you saw around that corner. Well, that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe on my videos. It means a lot to me. and you can see how this car stacked up versus the other cars in this video, and I'll be doing another review of all the other DLC cars in the future. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.